you know, Sailor Earth being a good part, a good break of the team. A lot of you Sailor Moon followers out there always wonder why there is not a Sailor Earth or they craft their own Sailor Earth. Well, we crafted our own Sailor Earth. And Ernest being Sailor Earth is a cool thing, you know. And we could tell you why it's a cool thing if you want to know why it is. In the Sailor Moon followership, there many folks fill in the hollow with their Sailor Earth. But what makes what makes ours so unlike all the other Sailor Earths out there? Oh, because Ernest P. Worrell is the Sailor Earth, and he's a good one. How he even got to being our friend was, a odd thing in itself. It starts back in 2008 YL, when we were in the beginning of fighting the Kingdom of Hell. Believe it or not, yeah, after we were done fighting Galaxia and Madness and all that, that's what we were doing. And we were ready for the last inner Sailor fighter, the one that should have been in our team, but, never was. And some folks in the Sailor Moon followership who followed the oversight or what's law, what did or did not happen in the trawling show or in the trawling films, wouldn't understand this. but for folks that were open-minded enough, for those who made Sailor Earth or had their own Sailor Earth, a lot of them can understand it. Well, Sailor Moon, I mean, you're right. How I even got to being Sailor Earth was not out of luck. You see, a lot of folks think it was out of luck, that we just, had to spin the can or whatever, and had names of selves that were played by show players and stand-ups, and it just landed on Ernest P. War. Well, no, it wasn't by mistake, and it wasn't by luck either. Yeah, I became Sailor Earth in 2008 YL after I started having dreams. Or at least I thought were dreams, because they always seemed to come when I was asleep. Of my past life at the Moon Kingdom, and fighting the Dark Kingdom, or whatever you want to call it, because it has whatever name you want to call it. And then learning that no, I was Aldeling Earth in the past, one of the Aldelings of the Earth, and that's how everything else happened. And then becoming Sailor Earth, call myself Sailor E, fighting for the greater good, helping the helpless, before I even ended up coming to Dawnland to fulfill my calling as Sailor Earth. And I never looked back ever since then. And I know I'm never going to be offshooted in with all the other Sailor Earths out there. And I know there's a film out there and someone took the Nickelback song and started showing all these drawings of Sailor Earth that they seeked from all over the interweb. And I know I'm never going to be on that list, and that's fine. That's all right with me, It isn't about whose list you fall on, or which one, or how beloved you are, or how liked you are, or how well known you are. It's all about being a sailor fighter, sailor keeper, fighting for the greater good, helping the helpless, things like that. Well, you are right about that, Ernest, Sailor Earth. I mean, it's cool to have you on the team, and even now it's still cool to have you on the team. Yes, it's true, there are going to be these Sailor Moon followers that don't get you, or think that the oversight that Nako Takaguchi made, or if it's a true oversight or not, I don't care. But there are going to be those out there who are going to say, well, there is no Sailor Earth. You know, Darien takes that stead as tuxedo mask or evening wear hide or whatever the English word is for that. Well, there's two Aldelings of the Earth. Darien, who is Aldeling Endymion, who is also King Endymion. Oh, yeah. Who is also Tuxedo Mask or Evening Wear Hide, who is also the Moonlight Knight. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So that's the film. Hope you like it. You know, give this film a like. You know, share it, playlist it, and we'll see you later.